Yes, you can pass your math test. So in this video, I will work on questions related to graph, lines, tables, yes, diagrams, okay, so shape, lines. So feel free, to pay attention to this video. So let's start. Question number 1. They say find the slope of the line. In this question, we can use different methods, but I think using the slope formula m equals rise over run will be easier. Okay, rise over run. How to use this rise over run? We have a 2 point already, made on the line. So try to draw an horizontal line through each point. Okay, now we'll move from one point to other point. So you are free to move from the top point to the bottom point or the bottom point to the top point. But you have to move vertically first. So you have to be, okay, vertically it can be up or down. And now you can move right or left. Yeah, so the top have to be vertically. Now suppose I want to move from this point here, okay, up to the top line. How many units or how many places I have between these two lines? Only 1 unit. So gonna be 1. So that is up 1, that means plus 1. And from there, okay, I will move 2 places. So 1, 2, or 2 units to left. So that left means negative 2. So therefore, I have negative 1 over 2, which is the slope. The correct choice here is D. Okay, suppose you want to use a different method, which is also possible. In that case, we're going to use the slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So therefore, we need to label the point here. So I can label this as x1, y1, x2, y2. Doesn't matter, which one you call the first point or second point, but it's just very important here to understand the formula, how to apply. So y2 here is what? 4 minus the y1 is 5 divided by x2 is again 4 minus x1 is 2. So doing that, we're going to have 4 minus 5, which is negative 1, divided by 4 minus 2 is 2. So we get the same answer, negative 1 over 2. Question number 2. This is again a graph. So the following graph shows the number of students in each age range enrolled in Mr. Joe's class. How many students are in Mr. Joe's class? Okay. Let's first of all understand, this diagram. So bottom, okay, we have what? Age of student. So age from 41 to 45, 46 to 50, and so on. Okay. On this side, we have a number of students. So because they ask for number of students, what we'll do is that we take each bar. So the first bar, we have this stop at 9. So that means what? I'm going to have a 9 plus. The second bar, okay, we have it at a 12. So plus 12 plus. The third bar is a little bit below 12. So yeah, we can assume that this is 11, okay? And the last one is a little bit up, above of 6. So we can say that this is 7. Now the thing is this, if you add all these numbers, you get 39. So therefore, we have 39 students in the class. So the correct choice here is C. Question number 3. They say which absolute value expression, illustrates the distance between point A and the point B on the following number line. So there is a formula, that formula is what? To find the distance between 2 points, so A to B, you have to do absolute value of A minus B. So the value of A minus the value of B. So the reason they use absolute value is that the distance cannot be negative. So the absolute value will change the value to positive in case it's negative. Another formula we can use is just to do B minus A. So the B value minus A value. So if you want to use it without that absolute value symbol, you have to do the end, so end minus the beginning. Okay, so now you will see that A, we don't know the value, but we can figure out. If you see, there is a pattern, okay? So it's like from left to right, they are adding 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So therefore, at 3, after 3, we're going to have 6 for B. But if we go backward, it's like we are subtracting 3. So that means what? After negative 9, it's going to be negative 12. So using the absolute value formula, the value of A here is negative 12. So we take negative 12 minus the value of B is 6. Therefore, the correct choice here is C for question 3. Question number 4. What is the value of X? Yeah. Feel free, to pause the video, challenge yourself before you continue, because this is a, challenge question. Yes, we want to find the value of X. So this X here. Understand that this is a point. So it's a point here, and the coordinates of the point are X, comma 5. So the 5 represents the Y coordinate. So like here, we have again a point. The X coordinate is a 4, and the Y coordinate is 10. Okay, so we want to figure out what is X value. So there is another point here. We have a 0 for X, 10 for Y. Another point here, you have a 0 and 5. And another point here, the origin is 0, 0. Okay, to solve this question, you will use a proportion combined with the slope formula. Okay, but here, we can use y2 minus y1, or we can use a rise over run. So to go fast, let's use a rise over run. So we know that m equals rise over run. Okay, now suppose we choose these 2 points. Let's take this one here and this one. So I'm taking these 2 black points. So to use rise over run to find the slope here, that means what? I need to move vertically first, like I did it before. So vertically, okay, we move 10 units. So it has to be positive 10. Okay, and horizontally, you move 4 units, which is the X value for this one. Okay, so you have a positive 10 divided by positive 4. Now, let's use the same rise over run if I want to figure out the slope, okay, of the same line, but this time I'm using, okay, this point here and this one, the one including X. Okay, so these 2 points. So again, rise over run, I need to move up, okay, from the origin and move up. But this time, it had to be 5 units. So plus 5. And now I move horizontally. So from the red point here to this blue point. So it will be x, because I don't know that unit, but they represent by x, but they have to be positive x. Okay. Now, the slope of the same line we have at the 10 over 4, you can simplify this or reduce it to be 5 over 2. And the same slope is 5 over x. So this is same as 5 over x. Okay. Therefore, x is what? X is 2. The correct choice here is B. Question number 5. Okay. Question number 5. For question number 5, they say 60 customers rated their shopping experience at a special sale. What is the ratio of customers rated excellent to customers rated poor? So this is a ratio question, right? So that means what? We take excellent to poor, something to something. So that is a ratio. So excellent, we have this tally here. If you count, you have what? 15. Poor, again, if you count, you have 15. So excellent to poor means 15 to 15. But there is no choice here as 15 to 15. That means why we need to reduce it. Understand we have 3 different ways to write a ratio. It could be using column, like a 15 to 15, or it could be 15 TO 15, or the last one is 15 over 15. And that is this one we can use to simplify the thing. So 15 to 15 is same as 1 over 1. So the answer is not a 1, but the answer is 1 to 1. We need to get to the two values, the numerator and the denominator, or the left and the right. So the correct choice here is A. Question number 6. This is a table, right? And this is a function. They say, what function represents the information in the following table? Okay. So understand that we have 4 functions here. So this is a function, this is a function, this is a function, this is a function. But from the 4 functions, only one function, verify all the criteria in this table. That means what? The correct function, if you replace x by -3, you will get -23. The correct function, if you replace x by 0, you're gonna get 4. The correct function, if you replace x by 3, you get -23. And the 6, you get -104. Okay, now how to find this correct function? So this question, okay, to solve it without spend much time, focus on this when x is 0. Because when x is 0, the calculation is easier. It's just to replace x by 0, and you know that 0 raised to a power of 0 multiplied by any number, that gives you 0. Okay, so therefore, I will try to use that 0. But the thing is this, if you plug 0 in each one, this will be 0, this will be 0, this will be 0, this will be 0. So the x part will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So we see that, okay, A, you're going to get -4, B, you're going to get -4, C, you're going to get -4, D, you get a +4. But based on the table, when x is 0, you have to be +4. That means what? The correct answer here is D. So to check, so you have a D, they say -3x squared plus 4, right? You replace x by 0, so you're going to have a -3. Okay, multiplied by 0 squared, the 0 is squared, okay, plus 4. We know that 0 squared is 0, 0 multiplied by -3 is 0, and the plus 4, that gives you 4. Okay, so I don't need to check for the rest, because what? This will tell me that, okay, no way, okay, A, B, and C will never be the correct choice. Yeah, because they have a -4, -4, -4 after X is 0. But if you continue checking, you see that the correct choice again is the D. Question number 7. Write a fraction to show how much of the shape is not is not shaded. As a fraction, not shaded. The first thing is this shape they divide in how many parts? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. So as a fraction, the denominator will be 4. How many parts they divide this shape? So 4 parts. Now, how many parts, okay, are not shaded? So only 1. So that would be 1. So the answer is 1 out of 4. Simple. Question number 8. So this one is a little bit tricky. Again, feel free not to post a video to challenge yourself. Yeah. Okay. They say write a mixed number. So this time they want what? Mixed number. And the improper fraction. Wow. So we need the 2 answers. One as a mixed number and the other one as an improper fraction. Okay. For the part that are shaded. So this time are shaded. So the thing is this. This is a whole. So the entire shape here represents a whole. We have a whole. We have a whole. No, not a whole. Okay. We have a half of that whole. Okay. Half is shaded. The whole shaded. Okay. Now, so in terms of a mixed number, because you have a whole 2 times, so that will be what? 2. So mixed number. Okay. You're going to have a 2 and the half. Simple. Yeah. Simple. Now, in terms of improper, so improper fraction, so we're going to change this mixed number into improper fraction. That means what? We take a 2, you multiply by the denominator 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, and the 4 plus 1 is 5. We add it to the numerator. Is 5, so we have a 5, and we divide this by the same denominator. So in proper fraction, you have a 5 over 2. Another way to solve this question, okay, because you have many possibilities. Each whole here, we say that, it's like a 1. So that represents 1, 1. And here we have a half, right? Okay, that 1, because they divide the whole in 4 parts, so we can say this is 4 out of 4. Same thing, 4 over 4. And here you have a 2 over 4. So you have 4 over 4 plus 4 over 4. 4 over 4 means what? They divide each whole here in 4 parts, and they shade all the 4 parts. But the last one they divide in 4 parts, all shaded 2. Okay. So now if you want to add these 3 fractions, understand that to add the fraction, you have to make sure you have the same denominator, which is here 4. And now you added the numerator, you get 10 over 4. Can we simplify 10 over 4? Yes. You just to divide 10 by 2, you get a 5. You divide 4 by 2, you get a 2. So you get the same answer, 5 over 2, as improper fraction. And as a mixed number, if you have a 5 over 2, you want to change to mixed number, it's also possible. You just do that long division. So we take a 5, divide by 2. Okay, 2 goes into 5 2 times, and the 2 times 2 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. So the answer will be these 2 on top. And now we have the remainder. So this is remainder. So we take that remainder, which is 1, and we divide by the divisor. So you get the same 2.5. Okay. Question number 9. Write in decimal the shaded portion in the grid. So shaded portion here is what we have in red. Only 3 little squares, okay, are shaded here. Now, how many squares we have in total? If you count the number of squares on this line, you have a 10. You count it here, you also have a 10. So to save time, it's not to count all of this, but you just do 10 times 10. So it's like we are finding the area of this shape. So 10 multiplied by 10 is 100. That means what? We have 100 little squares, but only 3 are shaded. So in this small form, that will be what? First of all, let's write it as fraction. So 3 out of 100 are shaded. And the 3 divided by 100 is a 0.03. So the answer is 0.03. Question number 10. This is another challenge question. So again, feel free to pause the video, challenge yourself before you continue. Yeah. So this video is just about graphs, tables, lines, charts. Okay. Because many people are struggling with question like this, and it's very important. You are taking math tests, be prepared for graphs, charts, lines, diagrams. Okay, so we need to understand how to solve them. Okay, consider the graphs below. Although the numbers are not included on either axis, okay, it is possible to determine from shape and the location that the equation y equals negative x plus 9 correspond to graph. So we want to know which graph. Okay, so let's remove this point here. Okay, so we have the equation of the line y equals negative x plus 9, right? And we want to know which graph is that. Okay, understand that this equation is equation of a line. This is a line, and the form is y is equal to mx plus b. So here, we can rewrite the equation as y equals negative 1x plus 9. So having y equals mx plus b, we'll say that m is negative 1 and the b is positive 9. Okay, that negative 1 is the slope. So m is the slope. Now, every time you have an equation of a line and the slope is negative, that means the line is going down, it's decreasing. Okay, but first of all, do you understand that in this graph, we only have what? 3 lines. So the 3 lines are this, line U, line R, line S. So that means what? The correct choice will not be T, will not be Q. So Q are out. Now, another thing you have to understand, we say the graph is going down. So from the 3 graphs we have here, the 3 lines we have here, going down is line R. Yeah. So line R. Okay. So correct choice here is B. And that makes sense. So question 11. Yeah, this is another trick question. So let's see what's going to happen here. They say a school is going to build a new swimming pool. The illustration below shows the plans for the pool. Assuming that the pool is 10 feet deep, approximately how many cubic meters of water, okay, will this pool hold when filled? And they give you this, so information 3.3 feet, approximately is 1 meter. I have to understand that when they say cubic meters, right? So they are talking about the volume. Yeah, that volume. So what we have here, okay, as answer, everything here is in what? Cubic meters. So we need to find the volume and the V based on the formula. Okay, we have a length multiplied by width multiplied by height. Okay, but there is something here you have to understand. When they say 10 feet deep, that's the height. Okay, and they give you it is in feet. Now, if you go to the figure, you still have many values here, but understand that they ask just for the pool. So we are using 50 meters and what? 20 meters. We don't use 70 and 30. No. Because what? Okay, they put tiles, okay, around. That's why we have those additional values. So now, in this case, to find the volume, okay, because we need to use the same unit, we need to convert 10 feet into meters. So they give you here 3.3 feet is approximately 1 meter. So 3.3 or 1 meter, okay. So it's equal to, again, feet, 10 feet, okay, will be how many meters? So we started this proportion to find the x, which is going to be again here the h. So instead of x, I could call it h. So that means what h here will be 1 multiplied by 10 divided by, so we're going to have a 10 divided by 3.3. Okay, so that's my h. Therefore, to calculate this volume, I will take 10 divided by 3.3, which is my h, multiplied by w. W here, I take a 20 multiplied by L, 50. So it's the same as I take a 50 multiplied by 20 multiplied by 10 over 3.3. And if you do this calculation, you're going to get approximately, okay, 3,030. Okay, and again 30. So because they say approximately, right? So in the 5 choices here, B is the one closer to the answer. So 3,000. So the correct choice here is B. Thank you. Let's continue. Question 12. We have again lines. They say which of the following is the graph of the equation negative 5x plus 2y equals 10. Again, you have another challenge question. Pause the video and see if you can get the answer before you see what I did. Now, for this question, again, we have many methods, but I can tell you that you could find x-intercept and the y-intercept. If you know these two values, okay, you are good to figure out which line has the equation as negative 5x plus 2y equals 10. X-intercept means what? Replace the y by 0. So you're going to set y to 0, and you're going to solve for x. And when they say y-intercept, that means what? Replace this time x by 0, and then solve for y. So x-intercept is where the line crosses the x-axis, and the y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. So if you know these two values, you are good to figure out the correct choice. Now, for x-intercept, if I take negative 5x plus 2y is equal to 10, and I replace y by 0, so 2 times 0 is 0. So therefore, I will have what? Negative 5x is equal to 10. What number multiplied by negative 5 or negative 5 multiplied by what number gives you positive 10? So x has to be negative 2. Or another way to understand that, I will divide this by negative 5, divide this by negative 5, and I will get my x as negative 2. Okay, so for the y-intercept, we take the same expression, negative 5x plus 2y is equal to 10. And this time we're going to replace x by 0. So you see that replacing x by 0, so negative 5 times 0 is 0. So what's left is that you have a 2y is equal to 10. So 2 multiplied by what number gives you 10? It has to be 5. But another way to understand is that we divide this by 2, we get y equals 5. If you see graph D, which is the correct choice, okay, that graph or that line crosses the x-axis at -2, which is this one here. This is -2. And the y-axis at the +5. Yeah. So this is one of the methods. Another method is that you can find the slope, okay? You find the slope and the y-intercept, okay, of this graph. I can do that quick, okay? So taking the same graph, let's write it here, -5x plus 2y is equal to 10, right? Okay, I can add 5x on both sides because I want to solve for y here. I want to isolate y. So we're going to have 2y is equal to, I will write the 5x before the +10. Understand that I'm using the form y equals mx plus b. In that case, I will have the slope at my m, which is the coefficient of x. So to get that y alone, we need to divide everything here by 2. So therefore, we have a y is equal to 5/2, okay, x plus 5. So this is telling you that your slope is a 5/2, which is a positive value. So therefore, C out because C is going down. Okay, so we have A, B, and D left. Now the y-intercept here is what? +5. So from A, B, and D, only D has the y-intercept as 5. The y-intercept means what? The graph crosses the y-axis at 5. So that's another way. Question number 13. What is the solution to the system of equation whose graph is shown in the coordinate plane below? So they switch the question here. That means what? Usually they give you the system of equation to solve. But this time they graph the system and ask you to pick the correct answer. So when you have 2 lines, okay, and ask you to find the solution. Solution here means what? Coordinate of the intersection point. So the 2 lines here meet, okay, at this red point. So they just ask you to find the coordinate of this point. So the question is simple if you understand it, but that will look hard if you don't understand it. Now, what are the coordinate of this red point? The x value always, when they say coordinate, right? Coordinate always the x value for the y value, always. That confuses people. People will say -2, comma 3. No, it has to be 3, which is the x value. Okay, so you project that red point to the x line. The x line is this horizontal line, and you get a 3. And the y line, okay, is the vertical line. You project the point, you get -2. So 3, comma -2. Therefore, the correct choice here is here. You have to read, the coordinate of the point. Okay, we continue. For this question 14, what is the number of solutions for the system of equation whose graph is shown in the coordinate plane? So again, this question is similar to 13. Now, the difference here is that what? The 2 lines, okay, don't meet. So, no solution. They have to be known. That's it. Before you find solution, you have to get intersection point. So, no intersection point, that means what? No solution. And the 2 lines here are parallel. Maybe in another question, they could ask you to find the slope of, these 2 parallel lines. And you see that the 2 lines will have the same slope because they are parallel. It's, another question. Yes, two parallel lines have the same slope. Yeah. We continue. Question 15. What is the minimum value of x such that the perimeter of the rectangle shown is at least 48 centimeters? What is the minimum? This is a key information. The minimum value of x such that the perimeter, so another key information, okay, of the rectangle shown is at least 48 centimeters. At least 48. So in the question, you can see at least, at most, more than, less than. Okay, so this is very important. Now, let's take it. To find x, you see that here we have a 4 plus x centimeters. Here we have a 3x centimeter. Okay, but because they say perimeter, what is the formula for perimeter? So P, okay, we have 2 times length plus width. Okay, so we want to figure out x, but we need to use this formula. So we're going to have a 2 parentheses. Okay, we take a 4 plus x, okay, plus 3x. Yeah, it's the same thing if we take the 3x added to 4 plus x. Okay, now this will be what? 2 parentheses. Inside, we can combine like terms, so you're going to have a 4 plus 4x. Now, if you divide, if you multiply this by 2, because I understand that we have to distribute. Okay, you distribute, you're going to have P equals 8 plus 8x. Understand that this is same as what? Add all the 4 sides. Remember, this is again 4 plus x, not 4 plus x, 3x. And here we have a 4 plus x. So if you add 3x to 4 plus x to 3x to 4 plus x, you're going to get 8 plus 8x. Perfect. Now, this is the perimeter. It's not done yet. We need another information. They say this perimeter is what? At least 48 centimeters. So at least 48. That means why we need to set this inequality. So you're going to take 8 plus 8x is greater than or equal to 48. This is very important. The at least means is greater than or equal to. Yeah, at least 48 means 48, 49, 50, and so on. So the minimum value here is 48. That means at least 48. But it's not less than 48. No, it's greater than or equal to 48. So at least I need at least $48. That means it could be $48, 49, or so on. But if you give me something below 48, this doesn't satisfy the request. Okay, so that's the inequality we set. Now we need to solve it. So the first thing to do here is to subtract 8. So we're going to get 8x because this will cancel out. It's greater than or equal to 48 minus 8 is 40. And to solve for x, we're going to divide it by 8. So we get x is greater than or equal to 5. So x is greater than or equal to 5. That means what? X will be 5, or will be 6, or 7, whatever. So any value from 5 up. But in the question, they say, what is the minimum value of x? Therefore, the answer for here will be x equals 5. That's the minimum value. Yeah. So if x is 5 here, you'll see that the rectangle will have a perimeter, okay, at least 48. And if we want to double check, you can replace x by 5 in this. So to check our result, okay, the 4 plus x here give you what? 9. So that means what? We have a 9 also on the other side, and the 3 times x, which is 3 times 5 is 15. And here you have 15. Now, if you add the 15 to 9 to 15 to 9, you'll get that. You will see at least that 48. Perfect. Question 16. This is solve in the graph. Okay. Now, to solve this inequality, this is inequality here. Yes? To solve this inequality, and we read this is greater than or equal to. Okay. To solve that, right, we're going to remove the parentheses first. So we have a 4y minus 3 is greater than or equal to negative 102. To remove the parentheses, we're going to distribute negative 6 to inside the bracket. So negative 6 multiplied by 4y give you negative, okay, 24y. Now, the same negative 6 multiplied by negative 3, yes, give you positive 18, is greater than or equal to negative 102. Okay, we continue. Now we're going to subtract 18. So I want to solve for y. That's why I had to remove everything, okay, to get to y alone. But we need to remove the 18 first. So doing that, we're going to have negative 24y is greater than or equal to, because this is going to cancel out, negative 120. And the same, because you have negative 102, and you subtract 18, you get negative 120. Because here we are combining two negative values. It's like, you owe someone, or you owe your bank $102. You owe your bank again $18 because maybe you use a credit card. Okay, so in total, you owe your bank $120. So we are combining two negative numbers. The answer will be negative. It's not that we are multiplying negative. No. If it's a multiplication, that will turn to positive. Okay, we continue. Now, you will see that to get to y alone, we need to divide. Divide. Why are we going to divide? Because there is a multiplication between negative 24 and the y. So to get rid of the negative 24, we're going to divide both sides by negative 24, negative 24. Now we have a y alone, okay? And if you do negative 120 divided by negative 124, we're going to get 5, positive 5. Okay, positive 5 is very important. Now, there is something you have to understand. Every time you divide inequality, okay, by what? A negative number, you switch the inequality symbol. So instead of greater than equal to, it's going to be less than or equal to. So the correct choice here is D. Here we switch. Why we switch? That's the rule, because we divide the thing here at the moment. We divide this by a negative value. If we didn't divide by negative value, it will be greater than or equal to. Okay, same thing if you multiply inequality by negative value. Okay, question 17. Wow, a graph again, inequality. So here they give you negative 3 is greater than or equal to x and ask you to graph it. Common mistake is this. People will say, oh, we see, they use a greater than or equal to. So that means the graph will go to the right side. The graph will go to the right side if you have x is greater than or equal to negative 3, which is not the case here. It is not the case. Okay, but can we switch this? Because usually we have x before the number. Like here, we have x before the number. So if in that case, okay, we follow the arrow, okay, the symbol, or the direction of the symbol. It's not the case there. But can we switch? Yes, it's possible to switch. If you have a negative 3, it's greater than or equal to x. This is telling you that you're going to have a x is less than or equal to negative 3. For example, if I have a $5, okay, is greater than or equal to $3. But I want the 3 before the 5. So what I'm going to say about $3? $3 will be less than or equal to $5. Yes, that's the way you have to understand. When you switch the position, okay, you have to switch this one to the symbol. Okay, so this is telling you that we are looking for numbers such that negative 3 will be greater than those numbers, or we are looking for numbers, okay, if you want to focus on this, such that those numbers will be smaller than negative 3. So first of all, let's figure out negative 3. So negative 3 is here. This is negative 3. But what's going to happen there? We're going to have close point. So circle we shaded. we shade. Why we shade? Because they say greater than equal to, or they use less than equal to. If it's just less than or just greater than, okay, we notice shade gonna be open. Now, if we take this, so we move our arrow to the left side. So this is the solution. But if you want to focus on this, yes, the answer will be the same thing here, because what? We say we need a -3, okay, greater than our x value. So what we have here represent the x values. Okay, so you cannot go into the right side. Why? On right side, for example, you have a 0 here, right? Okay, so if you replace x here by 0, can we say that -3 is greater than or equal to 0? No way. Negative number cannot be greater than 0. Okay, or if I take a +10, can we say that -3 is greater than +10? No. Negative number cannot be greater than positive numbers. Okay, therefore, the correct graph has to be this one here. Question 18, graph. Yes, understand that this video is only for graphs, tables, lines, charts, diagrams. Yes, because, okay, math tests, always you'll see, some questions related to graphs. You need to know how to solve graph questions. So practice makes perfect. The frequency bar graph below describes the employment status of a random sample of US adults. What is the percentage of those having no job? Let's understand this. So on the left side, we have a no job, we have a 2 part-time jobs, we have a 1 part-time job, and we have a 1 full-time job. Okay, now bottom, we have those numbers here, so 0, 5, 2. This represents the number of people. Now, to be specific, the 6 here is telling you that for no job, okay, we have a 6 people with no job, 10 people with 2 part-time jobs, 16 with 1 part-time job, and 8 with 1 full-time job. Okay, understand this is a sample, so it's just a, something they pick. Is not the entire population, no. Okay, now the question here, they say, what is the percentage of those having no job? So that means why we need to focus on no jobs. Okay, to find this percentage, we have to know how many people in total, okay, we have for this graph. So that means why we take a 6, added to 10, added to 16, added to 8. And if you do that, you get 40. Okay, now the percentage here will be, because they ask for no job, you take 6 divided by total of people here, which is 40, and you multiply by 100. And if you do that, the answer is 15. Okay, so that gives you A as the correct choice. So 15%. Okay, next question. Almost done, right? Question 19. Another challenge question. Feel free to pause the video and you solve this question before you see the solution. So that is a moment, if you are not yet one of my subscribers, so feel free to subscribe so you can get again some videos, in the next videos. 19. A survey asked people how often they exceed speed limit. Hmm. Hmm. The data are then categorized into the following contingency table of count, showing the relationship between age group and the response. Among people with age over 30, what is the risk of always exceeding the speed limit? It's not good to exceed, speed limit. It's not good. Okay, but because this is a problem, let's solve it. We have many key information here. Okay, let's take again. A survey asks people how often they exceed speed limit. The data are then categorized into the following contingency table of counts, showing the relationship between age group and responses. Age group and the response. Okay. So age group here we have what? Under theory, over theory. Okay. Now response we have always, we have not always. Okay. So that's the way you have to understand the table. We continue. Among people with age over 30, so they limit you, they focus on over 30. That means what? We will not use under 30, but over 30. Okay. What is the risk of always exceeding the speed limit? Always. So always table column, we have this. Okay. So you see that there is an intersection value here. 40. That means what? To find, okay, the answer here, we're gonna take 40 because saying that over 30 and always exceeding the limit, we have 40 people in that category. Now, how many people we have in total in that category of uh, uh, over your age over 30? Okay, here we have 200. Okay, so that means what? You have to do 40 divided by 200 and you get 0.20 or 0.2. The correct answer here is A. Understand that this is very important. They say among people with age over 30. So the asking just to focus on over 30 before you answer the question. Yeah. So maybe you could have a similar question in another video. But let's move to the last question, which is again a graph. Which of these quadratic functions is shown in the graph? So we have 4 quadratic functions. Okay, and we want to know which one is this. Okay, again, many methods. There is a formula for quadratic function, okay, in this form. We call it vertex form. And for vertex form, you're gonna have a y is equal to a parenthesis x minus h close parenthesis squared plus k. And we have a vertex as a coordinate. So vertex is a point, it's the lowest point of the graph. This one here. That's the vertex. So that vertex has a coordinate h, comma, k. And we could figure out, that vertex here, the coordinates are x value, which is the h. So this x is h and the y is k. So the x value is 3, comma, and the k value is -1. Okay, now we want to figure out, the correct graph. You have to understand that based on what we have here, okay, based on the vertex, we should get our equation of y equals, okay, a parenthesis x minus the h value is 3, okay, and close, plus the k value is -1, which is same as y is equal to. If you see all the 4 graphs, there is no number, okay, before the parenthesis. That means what? A is 1. So we can write it as x minus 3. Okay, so plus -1 is just -1 here. Okay, there's a square here. Sorry, there's a square here. Now, if you see all the 4 graphs, which one has this y equals x minus 3 squared minus 1? That is twice b. So the correct answer here is b. Now, another method. Suppose you don't know this vertex form, but you want to solve the question. Yes, it's possible. For that, you're going to choose some point and you plug it in the equation here. Okay, that means what? We could choose, for example, the y-intercept. The y-intercept is where the graph crosses the y-axis. So the y-intercept here is 8. And we have that y-intercept I said before in the video. The y-intercept is when you see x equals 0. So this point here has a coordinate. X value is 0 and the y value is 8. So you could check for which function here, okay, the x is 0 and the y is 8. You could check one by one. So if you replace x here by 0, 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 raised to the second power, okay, is 9, and 9 plus 1 is 10. So it's not A. If you check for C, yeah, I'm going to skip a B because I know B is the correct answer. You check for C, you replace x by 0. 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 raised to the second power is 9. 9 minus 1 is negative, 8. Okay, but you're going to understand something. So we're going to say, oh, probably C is the correct choice. Let's see D. You replace, you have negative 3. Negative 3 square is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. So that means what? Also out. Now, because we see here that C give you 8, you cannot just jump on that because B also give you 8. If you replace x by 0 in B, you have negative 3 square, which is 9. 9 minus 1 is 8. That means what? You need to choose another point. Like here, I can choose another point, which is this point. Because I have 2 answers left. So A is out. Okay, we have B and C. So choose another point. And this point here has what? X equals 2, and the y value is 0. So I'm going to check in B and C to see for which function when x is 2, the y will be 0. Let's check for C. For C, if I replace x by 2, so 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 squared is 25. 25 minus 1 is 24. No good. But this one here, if I replace x by 2, 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Negative 1 squared is positive 1. Positive 1 minus 1 is 0. So the correct choice here is B. So that is the other method, to solve the question. Feel free, to like this video, to share, subscribe, and also I will see you in another video. But understand that practice makes perfect. Bye-bye.